What the fuck is up? I am TJ, aka BstMstR, your friendly neighborhood Beastmaster up in CarnivalSpirits, the biggest, most successful Juggalo channel in the interwebs, according to the NSA. Edward Snowden approved. I am joined by Krazie, the Canadian gangsta.
What up?
And then we've got DCFaygoGuy, you know, our inside man of Indiana. And of course we've got DonChaos just to make background noises and drop in and out of the hangout because he brings the chaos. All right, so this hangout is entitled Ninjas in Action, Gangs of Faygo Stains. It's inspired by X-Men, Days of Future Past. Ninjas in Action, Gangs of Faygo Stains. Get it? All right, let's get this hangout started.
I checked out the KG interview with Violent J last night, and he did drop some news of upcoming projects. Of course, Lotus is coming out, and they've got the Mystery album coming in August. Didn't really touch anything on that, but one thing he did drop, and I'm sure it's stirring a lot of probably controversy, questions, and everything, is he mentioned that they're going to be doing a new style of riders. No idea what that means. It's all he mentioned in it was going to be a new style of riders. Bada bing, bada boom, moved on. That was it. I've already seen one person on Faygo Lovers comment wondering, pretty much assuming he said a new style of riders, what, without Twisted? So he dropped that bomb on us. No, it's Psychopathic Riders. Pretty much everybody who's on Psychopathic Records is part of Riders. I would safely say Twisted probably isn't going to be, but come on, they're in Lotus. Do they have to be in Riders?
You just said it yourself. It's a new type of Riders. What could Riders possibly be different other than the roster? It could mean that they're going to jack different style of beats instead of just gangsta, which would be interesting because the whole gangsta persona is what's putting Juggalos in a bad light with the FBI. I love the fact that they put out the Purple Gang album, which is this whole throwback to this old school, old-timey, just like Bushwick Bill said in the intro, that authentic gangsterism, and just amplified up the stereotype for listening to music just because it's on a gangsta beat or it's on some gangster lyrics or, God forbid, even worse, it's like a parody. It does remind me of what they were doing before Riders came out with the whole Golden Goldies. They were jacking beats, and granted it was just a performance and it wasn't even meant to be released, but I see a lot of grassroots for Riders in Golden Goldies, and if I'm not mistaken, before Twisted left, they said that they were going to do a new Golden Goldies album. And I'm wondering that now that Twisted has left Psychopathic, they've been forced to you know, change some of their game plan. And maybe instead of doing Golden Goldies, maybe now they're doing a new type of Riders. And yes, that would mean without Twisted. So good for them. I'm always game, you know. Mystery album, I'm fucking game. New Riders album, I'm fucking game. There's nobody on Psychopathic right now that I'm annoyed at enough to keep me from listening to a group album with everyone on Psychopathic. Fuck that shit. I'm down. The family is strong, and the karma is high in this one. Like, I'm looking at Psychopathic as they got nowhere to go but up right now.
True enough.
Seriously. They've established themselves to a point now where, you know, their music may not be your cup of tea, but they put out enough music where they don't have to be your cup of tea, and they never did. Maybe they used to be your cup of tea at one point, and at no point was there ever a shackle from the handle on that teacup to your little pinky forcing you to hold that cup. Put down the fucking cup of tea and shut your pie hole if you don't like it. Yeah, New Riders will be interesting. Is it going to be Joe and Joey Records, Copy Wrong 2015? What's up? Like, I don't want to see any more lawsuits for beat jacking. I certainly don't want to see any more accusations for perpetuating gang life. So I feel like whatever new riders they got coming, there's going to be a rhyme or reason for it. Pun intended.
I really hope it's a genre that they're parodying.
Like, what if they start jacking Smashing Pumpkins beats? Like, I could see Violent J as a rat in a cage. You know what I mean?
Totally.
I mean, they've already covered, what, Christina Aguilera. Please. It's going to be something we least expect.
That's it. They're going to steal the beat for Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball and come up with their own thing. And in the video, Violent J is going to be painted up butt naked on a wrecking ball.
I was going to say, man, can a wrecking ball hold Violent J? Are you sure about that? And are you serious? A naked Violent J in a wrecking ball? Are you trying to kill us all? Like, that right there sounds like a video that would work like The Ring. You will die 7 days after seeing that shit. Like, come on. So you got to send it to someone else so you don't. If they're going to do a new Riders, then chances are they're going to have a whole new concept, but they may just keep Psychopathic Riders with a new lineup, you know, new beats. There's been several different rosters of the Riders. There were members that were originally a part of Riders that are no longer a part of Riders. They took on ABK later on after Misery left. So to say that it's everybody on Psychopathic Records, I don't know if that's always been true, if it's everybody. I guess maybe everybody on the main label. We've never seen DJ Clay on a Riders album. It's always been the MCs themselves, you know, not the DJs and not the affiliates, but the main record label roster spitters. So what are you talking here? You're talking about Axe Murder Boys on the Riders? That's an interesting concept. Never thought I'd ever say that out loud. They obviously need new names now, and they've already had a couple of names, like, you know, Bones Dub, Otis, Young Wicked, I don't know, in the persona of Riders. Now we need a name for Big Hoodoo, if you were to be joining the clique. I was almost going to say Boondocks, but Boondocks is already part of Riders.
Well, and then maybe even the fact that they're wanting to do a new type of Riders, maybe it's their way of trying to keep Twisted in that loop, because maybe that was their goal, is to come up with something new that they can have Twisted still be a part of it, and they can have Blaze come back beyond it. You know, if maybe that was their goal as Psychopathic Riders, to make sure it was everybody on Psychopathic, maybe this is their way of keeping them in it. I don't know. They didn't touch too much on it. It's just all speculation now.
You just raised a really interesting concept, because I was just thinking, what would Psychopathic Riders be without Twisted and Blaze? You know, seriously, some of the dopest Riders tracks are strictly because of those three.
Agreed.
People can talk shit all they want. I'm not really a huge fan of the Peanut Gallery, especially when I haven't heard something yet. I think one of my least favorite things is hearing someone say, oh, this shit sucks, and like, why? Because what, you listen to it once?
You gotta let it sink in, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this new Riders shit's going to be fucking amazing. Because first of all, they do a good job jacking beats. You know, they always pick beats that they find a way, most of the time, to make it better than the original. I can't tell you how many Riders beats I didn't even fucking know what the original song was, and random people I'll play it around with, they're like, oh, I know that beat. And I'm like, really? Who is it? And they're like, it's blah, 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 some fuck I don't know. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I like this version.
Yeah, there's a guy at work, he's obsessed with Lil Wayne, and I was listening to Candy in my car, and he comes walking up, and I call him out of my car, he's like, were you listening to Lil Wayne? I was like, no.
Just didn't even know it.
No, unfortunately, the only Lil Wayne song I listen to is Fuck Food with Tech Nine, which, you know, I'm not going to hate on the fact that he worked with Lil Wayne. I can't change that fact, but that's the only way I'm listening to Lil Wayne is if it's something that he's featured on that I listen to.
Did you listen to that interview with Strange Nine's manager that just came out recently?
No, I haven't had a chance to do that one yet.
Okay. You definitely should. It's a real interesting listen. I kind of, you know, don't care about Strange music that much, but I can tell you that after listening to that interview, I definitely have some of my misconceptions cleared up. You know, it's easy to get caught up in what just fucking assholes say online, and to say that Strange is going mainstream or this and that. And I liked hearing that dude kind of talk about that and put it in perspective. That dude was like a millionaire before he even started his record label, and he was already able to live comfortably. So I can see from his perspective that a project, working with Tech-9, putting in thousands or millions and millions of dollars, and then kind of like fucking lucking out and blowing up, you know, and becoming as big as you are. There is no one little thing you can do that's going to make everybody happy. But Strange has a way of making a lot of motherfuckers happy. Why am I going to rain on their parade? You know? Unfortunately, some of those motherfuckers just happen to be the same type of motherfuckers who will rain on a Juggalos parade. People don't diss on ICP and Juggalos because they want to support another group. It's usually they want to diss on motherfuckers just so they themselves personally will feel better. And I don't see Tech-9 or Strange dissing on Psychopathic, so I'm not worried about their fans. Just like I'm not worried about Juggalos that are hating on Psychopathic. I said this before we went live. There's only one Juggalo family, and I'm a part of it. You know, fuck this like segregation shit. Don't get it twisted, but there is only one Juggalo family. That's it. We can either find a way to get along, or we can continue to just do what we've normally been doing and gangbang with the blang blang. You know, let them swing and hang. I mean, what the fuck? We're going to be who we want to be. You guys make the decision. You can be a whiny bitch, or you can enjoy your lives. Most people I know, they just enjoy their lives, and they enjoy their music. And one of my favorite things from Psychopathic has been the Riders. And when I bump that shit, it's made people that have no idea what's going on in the underground in Psychopathic, and they're like, really? That's ICP? I'm like, yeah. You know, people that wouldn't be caught dead listening to ICP, and then they hear that mainstream fucking beat, and they're like, what is this? And I'm like, you wouldn't be interested. They're like, but I like this song. And I'm like, I know, but this is different. These are my boys taking your boys' beat and fucking it up. And you know, and so, but this is the type of shit that you hate on. Sorry, don't be liking it now. Come on. People can't even make up their minds on what they hate nowadays. And I love it. You hear people hate, and then all of a sudden, as soon as there's something to like, what? Like you weren't just a hater a minute ago? People are so obnoxious. It's all in the moment, how you feel. I don't know. Don't take it too seriously, I guess. The whole Strange music camp, you guys really love that shit. I can see why. Especially after that dude was talking about how the substance of the songs, you know, obviously Prozac, his reputation was built before he joined Strange. I was a fan of his before he joined Strange. And just the fact that they scooped him up because of the talent he had, the way that he explained, you know, they don't try to like manipulate him or micromanage him, and everyone on the label is doing what they want to do. Seems kind of ideal, seems kind of cool. I mean, if I was an underground rapper, I wouldn't mind having that freedom and that money behind me, you know? All right, let's bring this back down to a level that everyone can relate with. How jealous are you of those rich motherfuckers? Because I think that's half the time haters are just because they're personally jealous of the money and, you know, because you can go out and you can act like Tech, you can dress like Tech, you can bump Tech's music, but all of that is just making him richer and you looking more like him. So if I may play devil's advocate and say, why the fuck would I want to be like him? Like, is he really that cool? You know what I mean? And I'm half joking because people look at Juggalos and they probably judge them because they don't think that ICP is that cool to begin with. Duh! Like, because a lot of people out there are just like, I'm going to listen to music. It's chant music, you know? No real substance. Well, I get it, okay? Strange has substance. I get it, okay? I get it. But so does Psychopathic. Ha-ha! Who didn't know that? Who is trying to just front like ICP doesn't have substance? All right, go ahead. Tell me what else they got. I know, because they're not a one-trick pony. That's why I love them. And they're both competitors. They're both peers, right? It's important to show respect if you want to get respect. Now, I'm not saying I need the respect of strange, what do they call it? Strangeaholics? Technicians, that's right. Someone tells me they're a juggalo, I immediately think, all right, and what? If you're a juggalo and a cottonmouth king, all right, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're a juggalo and a metalhead. That's a little bit more my style. Doesn't matter, because if you consider yourself a juggalo, it just means that you're not afraid to rep that shit that you love.
Exactly.
Maybe the love seems like it's gone because a lot of people have lost their love, but you weren't there for them, right? I mean, it's not like you went to ICP shows because everyone in the front row was your friend, and now they're gone. Now you don't feel comfortable at that ICP show anymore? Because what? They got new fans now? You're not on a first-name basis with everyone in the mosh pit anymore? Cry me a river. Go make some new friends. Throw some elbows around. God damn it. What's wrong with you people? Now, what's the worst thing that could happen at the gathering? Who's going to get something thrown at them, and then it's going to be like a big wah-wah? Who's going to be the big deal this year that TMZ focuses on? We don't have MC Hammer. We don't have Vanilla Ice. We don't have Bobby Brown. Who does TMZ care about? Who's going to the gathering? Who are they going to make fun of? Is it going to be Gilbert Godfrey? I don't know if TMZ cares about Gilbert Godfrey.
Maybe Vanilla Ice?
Vanilla Ice isn't on the roster this year. Maybe he's the mystery album.
Well, they've been saying for a while now he's supposed to be doing an album for Psychopathic. That was, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, but they didn't say when, man. They didn't say
I know, that's true.
When Psychopathic says they're going to do something, mark your calendar, because it could happen any decade now.
I'm still wondering what happened to the 6 Joker card box set, dude.
Oh, it already came out.
What the fuck?
Oh, you didn't hear?
No.
No, see what they did was they gave it the Wu-Tang treatment. They printed one copy, and now they're bringing it on tour to let everybody hear it one time. And then they're going to auction it off for $1 million. Yeah.
I better start
Probably still dealing with
liquor stores then.
They're probably not done recording rare tracks. Old, lost, and rare tracks. They're probably still making them. In other words, they're not lost, old, or rare at all. Violent J's in the studio right now trying to sound like he's fucking 16 again. Because they released already all their Forgotten Freshness. They got nothing else. It was all stolen from his vaults. So
yeah, if you haven't, I'll leave my final words as, if you haven't listened to the KG interview of Violent J, do it. It was pretty awesome. He did a lot of the things he touched on was actually a lot of his past. Violent J, he touched a lot on his childhood. It was basically, it made me feel like I was reading Behind the Paint, only Violent J was saying it to me. He was telling it. So if you haven't listened to it, find yourself a good, about an hour and a half is about how long it was. Definitely listen to it. It was good. I enjoyed it. So
I love KG's podcast, and I've listened to almost all of them. Now that I know the Violent J episode is out, I'm not only psyched about that, but I want to go back and finish all the others too, Yeah, so, and anyone else out there, if you're so busy in life you don't have time to listen to podcasts, then why the fuck are you listening to ours? Ha ha! All right, peace out, motherfuckers. Thank you for checking us out. I'll be leaving links in the description for all of our, all of our channels. Subscribe to us all.
hey!
All right, guys. I'll check you later.
See ya.
Take it easy.
Peace.